I have 2 girls and a boy.
I don't work with the males, because I used to be one.
Good Will Hunting may have won Matt Damon and Ben Affleck the Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay, but it wouldn't have an authentically Robin Williams performance unless he got to do his own thing sometimes.
My wife used to fart when she was nervous.
She used to fart in her sleep.
On the Good Will Hunting DVD commentary track, Affleck and Damon revealed that Williams made up this monologue on the spot, and Damon's uproarious laughter is genuine, as is the cameraman's. The frame visibly shakes because he's laughing so hard.
One night it was so loud it woke the dog up.
Deciding to cast Robin Williams as the most serious character in your movie might seem like a strange idea on paper, but it paid off in the 1996 comedy The Birdcage.
If you do that, I'm gonna tell him that you've seen somebody else when he's on the stage.
I have 2 words for you. Green card.
While discussing the shrimps, Williams suddenly slips and falls to the floor only to jump back up. Williams didn't intend to fall on purpose. It was an accident that happened while filming the scene. But thanks to his perfect delivery, the scene was kept as it was filmed.
We're all right. It's fine. Just shut up, goddammit. It's all right. Stop crying. Goddamn you.
The fact that you can tell the other actors are trying really hard not to break character makes the whole thing even better.
What are you standing there for? Go. Go. She'll be here in a minute. Go. Fuck the shrimp.
Will you scooch?
Move over just a little bit. Thank you.
Keep on scooching.
While the Friends episode was being shot, Williams and Crystal happened to wander onto the Friends Central Perk set, and the writers asked them if they'd be up for a quick cameo. They agreed and were thrown into the opening scene on the spot.
My wife is sleeping with her gynecologist.
How do you know?
Well, he's got access,
It's rare to acquire a role and shoot the scene within the same day, but Williams and Crystal were no strangers to improvising. They ad-libbed their entire scene, inventing a story about Thomas and his wife.
It's me. I've been sleeping with your wife.
So you're the gynecologist?
Hey, I'm trying to have a private conversation about it.
Williams improvised several times during the making of Mrs. Doubtfire. This includes the iconic moment when his character, Daniel, tries to fool a social worker by bouncing back and forth between his real personality and that of Mrs. Doubtfire.
Daniel, hi.
Could you make me a woman?
At one point, out of pure desperation, Daniel slams his face into a cake. As his face is covered in cake frosting, Daniel tries to serve the social worker tea, only to have some of the frosting dripped into the hot teacup.
There you go, dear. Oh, there you go. You've got your cream and your sugar now. It's a little cappuccino.
The icing on Mrs. Doubtfire's face melting off was not intentional. Reportedly, the heat from the set lights melted the icing on his face, and Robin Williams had to improvise the bulk of that scene.
1 drop or 2. Would you like another one? Oh, there you go.
Robin Williams used a lot of improvisation when making his genie character in Disney's Aladdin. In fact, many of Genie's most memorable lines and moments were ad-libbed by Williams.
All right, how do I look?
Like a vampire on a day pass.
According to the film's co-directors, Williams was given a lot of creative freedom to develop the genie character. They would record his voice sessions and then animate the genie based on his performance rather than the other way around.
Princess Jasmine, you're very
Splendid, wonderful, magnificent, punctual.
punctual.
Sorry.
Beautiful.
Williams was known for his quick wit and ability to improvise, and he would often go off script during recording sessions, bringing his own brand of humor and energy to the character. For example, in the scene where the genie impersonates Jack Nicholson, Williams ad-libbed this iconic line on the spot.
If you want to court the little lady, you gotta be a straight shooter. Do you got it?
His improvisation added a lot of personality and humor to the genie character, and helped make Aladdin one of Disney's most beloved animated films.
Good morning, Vietnam!
Good Morning Vietnam was one of the bigger showcases of Williams' talent throughout his career. It's very much a performer-driven piece, with a substantial portion of the runtime devoted to Williams' Army DJ Adrian Cronauer and Cronauer alone.
It's 0600. What's the O stand for? Oh my God, it's early.
According to the movie's producer, Mark Johnson, most of the DJ scenes were entirely improvised by Williams. In the movie's production notes, Johnson stated, "When he sat down in the control booth to do the scenes involving Cronauer's broadcasts, we just let the cameras roll. He managed to create something new for every single take."
Let's play this backwards and see if it gets any better. Look, this new Viv, Freddy is a devil. Look, this new Viv, Freddy is a devil.
Not everything Robin Williams comes up with is a gut-busting, hilarious thing that goes on for several minutes. Sometimes it's just one perfect line. For Good Will Hunting, that perfect line also happens to be the film's final line. After receiving a note from Matt Damon saying he is going to California to see about a girl, which is what Williams is said to his friends before meeting his wife, he gets a smile on his face. He then delivers the classic,
Son of a bitch. He stole my line.
Williams was just supposed to read the note and look proud and satisfied, but he added in the punchline,
Son of a bitch. He stole my line.
In the classic film Mrs. Doubtfire, director Chris Columbus provided Robin Williams with the creative freedom to improvise throughout the entire movie. The prank call scene was filled with Williams's varied voices and crazy stories, and with each take, Williams's story would get funnier, showcasing Williams's comedic brilliance.
Are your kids well behaved, or do they need like a few light slams every now and then?
Fun fact, Robin Williams improvised so much on Mrs. Doubtfire that 2 million feet of film was shot. Director still has 972 boxes full of outtakes and more.
I have 2 girls and a boy.
I don't work with the males, because I used to be one.
Robin Williams is known for his improvisational skills and his ability to improvise during his performances. While much of the dialogue on Mork and Mindy was scripted, Williams was given a lot of creative freedom to add his own jokes and lines to the show. In fact, the show's writers often left gaps in the script for Williams to fill in with his own material.
Mindy, you can do it! Fly! It's all right! I know you can! Newton was wrong, did it? Tinkerbell died first! Go for it, girl! Go for it!
So while the show had a team of writers who created the basic storylines and dialogue, much of the humor and comedic timing of Mork's character was attributed to Williams's improvisation and comedic genius.
Well, if you get the job, you've just got to understand the social ramifications.
Well, I know about ramifications. That's why Mary had a little lamb.